Hello, welcome to today's collective general reading. As always, remember to use your own discernment, join with intention, and allow the messages to be received with an open heart. A friendly reminder that we are speaking through story, we are speaking through symbol. This is not to be taken literally or in place of other knowings. I just did a video which, you could say, I'm tidying my desk for half an hour with you, but if you've seen it, you've seen it. Whatever it was that I was building is now in my hands. Mayan Dream Receiving, 2164. So definitely these stars, don't mind the old wax and fire burn, but these stars were in the video that I posted recently. It's just they're all kind of blurring together, but I think we're tuned into the signal, so it's coming through. So I'll just keep going. I'm seeing chakras, seeing what I'm seeing here is these DNA spirals and then these magic hands. It's funny, as I shifted this deck and I said, okay, it's in my hands now. And as that dog. And so I'm going to say something, and I don't mean it in a way that is egoic of this message is entirely meant for me, but it is unique to each. What I'm seeing here, on top of these ram horns, you can say, I'm seeing the letter T. And I go by T. So for me, I'm like, that's interesting to see myself in the card. But I don't think that it's like this message is only for T. Rather, this is an example of when you are tuning in with the world around you, with the systems surrounding you, yes, you will start to see messages. And in the time of AI, I also think it's healthy to talk about AI-induced psychosis. Psychosis in general, but I know that there has been a spike with AI. And it's, sure, you could say it's about moderation, it's about discernment, but it's also about developing your own balance. And again, in the last video, I was talking about hands knowing when to stay in motion and when to move. That wasn't an intentional. I was looking at this pink line here, and then the finger supporting this card started to move. And so we are balancing our ethical, I say ethical, but this leads into more. I'll say spiritual. We are balancing our spiritual membrane on an ever-changing current. And so it's not enough to have a static expression of spirituality. It is, and this might sound preachy, and feel free to not watch this video, that's fine. It's not enough to say this is what is, this is exactly what is, and I am open to nothing else no longer. It's also not about saying, well, I think so, well, I'm not really sure, well, you've convinced me that I'm wrong, well, something. It's about learning to balance and dance. I mentioned this in the video, I think yesterday, about how science experiments with cameras that can zoom into very tiny pieces of sand, they'll have sand sitting atop a table, and then they will blast a certain frequency. And for example, 432. And then the sand will jump and move into certain shapes that we see reflected through geometry. The geometric forms of the universe, forming the universe. And so I'm also seeing this person Again, it depends on how the movement swipes. I do see that we have a spiral here that's looping, but it also seems to be pulling her in. It has these same stars above her head as the past recent videos. But it's that wonder of, is something pulling her into the dream? Is something coming out of the dream being delivered to her? And I'm being reminded of how I saw my initials everywhere, so I found meaning. What is pulling you? What is pushing you? What are the energetic movement tiers you exist between, within, on, through, not in opposition to, but perpendicularly? And how do you want to intentionally, actively, mindfully engage with those energies? Because she can wake up. And then her interactions with the dream, well, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. She can wake up. She can open her eyes. Now. And it's at this point that I'm feeling it is no longer symmetric-ish. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but being mindful that whatever words you want to use for sure, but I, as someone that my body feels energetically connected with what I'm doing on this table, what was in balance is now a shift. And so wondering, is it about bringing it back into balance, or is it about speaking through the shift? Because I now feel kind of between my throat and heart chakra, something pulling to the right, coming closer to beneath my skin. Like it's not within my ribs, it's coming out. And so perhaps that is a want to express. This is what I have lined up here, is a grounded confidence in communicating, which unlocks the key to the eternal flame. You have to laugh. You have to laugh. Numbers 1 and 2. Circle and mandala. And again, look into this. I'm just speaking through symbol right now. I'm not necessarily regurgitating religious, factual knowings. But every mandala starts as a circle. What makes this a circle? If it has a wobble, is it still a circle? If it has that bounce of the energetic movements with the universe, is it a circle? As I just felt that flame go for a second. And what is this circle outside the mandala? Yes, you could say it's the moon, but let's not be literal for a moment. What makes it different, and where are you now? Oh, so interesting. Okay. I was just talking about not feeling aligned and feeling something coming out, something rising, something wanting to come through. Thinking about my left side was still balanced. My right side was vibrating at a different frequency. It was extracting, I'll say that. It was contracting and expanding in different multitudes as opposed to what was coming in. Now, based on the video that I just did before this, we can talk about balanced energy coming in. Here's what I'll say, a clear signal being received. And us and our human beauty, how we choose to reimagine this signal into a black and white world. That's what the message is. That was so short, but I do feel that that is the message. I'm I'm going to do another reading, but this is that. So, yeah. If anything in this reading resonated with you, you found it interesting, you can like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel to hear from me more often. You can also visit the subscription down below. I have my Substack linking the 444 Collective, which is a virtual ecosystem for a spiritual community. Stay tuned.